We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing back, bro. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer.
Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We are live, guys. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
Vecna GS.
Jay. 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
Welcome to the Stranger Things 4 review. Spoilers all over the gap. So if you're not prepared, go watch it over on patreon.com/cybernerds. Come back here, discuss it with us. If you're part of the community, go over to our Discord where everything in life, everything. Spoilers.
Eddie's dead.
Oh gosh, here we go.
The doctor's dead. It's quite disappointing.
Max would have been dead, but you know,
Yeah.
they're moving mad.
Season 5.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get a den.
The body count in this season
Compared to the cast
is
list.
at an all-time low. Like, I've never seen a cast this big with a body count so low on a show that kills people. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about on these other shows where it's just like, oh, we're just going to build out the cast, no one's ever going to die. The threat of death in Stranger Things is real. It was supposed to be real. But people out here are not dying. Get me? So... And everyone in the comments, yeah, shut up, man. I don't care.
You might just want people to die.
Listen,
Oh, really?
there's
No.
stakes. We want stakes in it. And if no
That's
one's going
it.
to die, like, if you can't kill Max,
It says a
like,
lot.
in this situation, it's wild to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, if Max does not play, I don't even see how she can
Wait.
play a key role in the 5th season.
So
Do you know what I'm saying?
Max dies,
Mm.
but then doesn't die, but then the 4th bell rings.
Yeah, so the
Max-
thing still happened. Like,
Like she
Max-
died.
Max-
She
she
died.
got to, like,
So
Max never died. I won't even take, bruv. Listen, the 4th gate opening, I'm with, like, we had to get the 4th gate, we had to get the 4th body done, yeah, to get the gate open. I'm with that. I'm with how we got there, but Max did not die in my eyes, innit? If 11 brought her back, all of that nonsense, bruv. 11's too strong. 11 can just do anything. We need her gone. Do you know what I'm saying?
it's funny because I actually enjoyed this season.
I did, yeah.
A lot.
So did we.
I was just, yeah.
Don't misinterpret the energy this
no,
season.
they already have. They're already in the comments. They're already in the comments.
fine.
That's
They're
right.
already in the
Misinterpret the energy. We enjoyed this season. The season was
Enjoyed it
good.
thoroughly.
Thanks for bringing us back, Sam.
I had to because I know, like I said, people move mad. Internet moves mad. That's calm. You guys have moved where you want to move. I just want to say, enjoyed it a lot. Obviously, season 1 was good. 2, this is what was so magic because 2 and 3 put me off a lot. Like, it's almost like they didn't know what to do anymore. So when you come into season 4, like any other like series, I've never really seen them like bounce back like the way they've done here. Like, the writing's really good. The writing's really on point. The horror elements is stupidly back. Like, the deaths and it, or the people who do die are quite like, it's quite sick the way they did it. But I feel like the Duffer Brothers are cheating with their writing because they do tropes that you see elsewhere that's kind of like cliches. You're like, okay, this is going to happen. And they don't do it, but it's almost like then they dodge the consequences of those tropes that they're no longer following.
Right.
Which is an issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which is an issue.
That's, for me, that's the way the issue lies because there's character. Well, okay, let me just stay on the Duffer Brothers and the writing.
Yeah.
That's what, for me, is what the show back. Like, it's almost like they knew what they would. It's almost like they didn't know what they were doing in season 2 and 3, but now that they took the time to produce season 4, they knew what they were doing, but then only because they knew they were doing in season 5. So here's like, they brought it back, we're going to cheat a little bit, only to have possibly a spicier season 5.
I just want to put it out to you that you brought it back to the positive light,
Yeah.
but then you took it back.
Bro,
I just want to put it out there. I just want to put it out there. But go on.
I think that's important because, bruv, it's like a shadow over how good the season is, bruv. Like, see, the thing is, you're giving it because we've got a future. We're giving this a blind. I'm not. Okay, you're not giving it a blind, but you're like, that's their plan.
Yeah.
As a viewer, yeah, who's supposed to binge watch this, bruv, there's deep dissatisfaction for me in terms of like the stakes not being, and I know someone's gonna be like, how are the stakes not high enough? They lost in terms of the gates open, all hell's about to break loose, no pun intended. But for how many episodes we watched and the actual hours of time committed to the season, you might start thinking of it like that. There's 9 episodes, but we didn't commit 9 hours. We committed about what? 12 to 15. 12 to 15, bruv. I need serious consequences besides just the gate opening, bruv. Like, characters have got to be dropping off all the way, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I think that would make it even better, bruv. In terms of, like, the writing is fire, bruv. Like, the stuff, the things they're setting up, the peaks, the valleys, the relationships, the parallel of father figures or father-son, father-daughter relationships through the whole thing.
Siblings,
it's all fire, bruv. But it's just like, there's got to be that payoff of like, bruv, the danger here is real. Like, I can't stress how much that Max, I feel like Max really should be dead.
Yeah.
Like, Max as a, like, it's like they even grieve Max as well, bro, because they're showing all the scenes of like why she should survive from 11 when 11 wants to bring her back. But realistically, what they should have done, that should have just been 11 grieving for losing her first. I want to say that it's like her first female friend. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, her and Max connected differently, and 11 should have to feel that loss, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I don't like that 11 feeling Max dying, like, let her then cheat and bring her back. Because, like, there's so many other people 11 should have brought back. Do you know what I'm saying? If this is the case.
Yeah, they definitely didn't want to deal with the consequences of their writing. Like, stuff like, and we made fun of this so many times, like Hopper mashing up his leg and then being fine. Steve getting yammed, being fine. It's like, do these people have superpowers now? Like, we recover because when someone's injured and you're in that position of life and death situation, everybody's on the edge. Because, like, how are we going to conclude this mission? How are we going to get from point A to B? If you're injured and you're being chased and you got all these horror elements, which is, it amplifies horror element. Whenever someone's injured, limping, all of that. It's like, oh, it's like they're right behind you kind of thing. All of that's kind of gone out the window. And now we've just find ourselves laughing at it instead of just being on the edge of it. And that kind of can take you out of such episode, not the episodes, but the situation at the present time. Especially when the episodes are fire.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
It's so tough because it's like, I understand the predicament they're in terms of like dealing with child actors, but having a very horror tone and then like having to like not go overboard. But it's like, with killing characters in terms of like the murders, the 3 kids that got murdered, like, you go overboard there, but then you go light on the characters that we actually have an emotional connection to. Like, that creates a disparity in my mind in terms of like, I just kind of know everyone's safe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, in something that deep, that leans so deeply into horror, that feeling of knowing everyone's safe negates the horror elements of it, because it's like, oh, scare factor, but I'm actually not fearful for the life of the people I care about. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that I feel like needs to get addressed. And the thing is, in season 5, if half the cast get killed, it's gonna be like, yeah, I feel it, but I'm gonna be like, it should have been something that wasn't saved to the end. Like, oh, there's no more, so we can kill everyone. Like, we've got to feel like, bro, we should be carrying that pain into season 5. We're like, yo, look who we lost. No one is safe.
No one, exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? But it's more like, the only person who can really die or will die and is 11, who guaranteed to die, is 11 now, because she's the person who can bring people back from the death. So it's like, she's got to go.
Yeah, she's got to be removed.
And it's like you've written us into a position of knowing that, and it's weird now.
And if she survived, then you're definitely mad.
She's surviving.
You think 11 survived in season 5?
Then she's mad. Then they're
we've
mad.
got to take. No, we've got to take a bet on this. I'm taking a bet,
bro. After everything we went through, especially the last 3 episodes.
There's no way.
So we've just put a bottle on it.
Yeah, we've got to, man. This is nuts.
11 dying in season 5. Bam, that's me. If she survives, the Duffer Brothers better just give up that Death Note thing they're doing. Yeah, the live action Netflix thing, bruv. Just you, man, move along, please. Get me.
But look, the season for me was like the best season. it made me feel like, oh, I need to go back to the first season simply because the way things were tied up. Do you know what I'm saying? The only thing that I was kind of like pissed off was episode 5 and 6,
Right.
which was like a snooze fest for me. But after that, soon as episode 6? No, episode 7. Straight from the back, that's probably like the best episode this season. From the beginning to the end, man was on edge, like on crack, just like not trying to miss everything. But like, it's such a good season and everything that they've built up to, and I feel like this season for me made the first season even better, and not just the first season, just like everything that's happened with characters like Max's brother, like all that stuff circling back to where we were this season. I thought that was fire. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I enjoyed the season apart from those 2 episodes.
I think
this is
go on.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, this is why I feel like the writing is so good here, because I'm not gonna go back because I feel like it then cheapens what we've come to now. It's almost like they not purposely left things.
They left threads to pick up on later,
but
and they picked up on them very well.
Yeah, but I probably will go back and watch season 1 regardless anyway, because I feel like they, like, the main guy, man's just been left out until now. Not even like, have they even mentioned him? They only mention particular numbers,
See,
right?
And this is one of the things I do love, son. This is one of the things I do love because they presented us with the facility and the kids from the beginning, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they've just taken time in, oh, we're going to introduce this. And it's and this is why one of the seasons I've got to even watch season 2. Because the question I posed during one of the episodes was, where was 8 during all of this? Because number 8 is a character that we saw in season 2.
Yeah.
Her and 11 go off on a little excursion, but she's obviously never in the facility. We never see her in past seasons, or maybe we do. And this is why, for me, I need to go back and see that. Also, this whole season for me is like, I don't want to say carried, but episode 7, like Raven said, is the best episode of the season, but it's easily the best episode of Stranger Things, period, for me. Like, to introduce the reveal of one, and like Vecna, all of that, the origin story of that character is just one of the most fire things I've seen in terms of like creating a villain, building up a villain's backstory, tying a villain into the main character, like all of that, bruv. Like, I love that, and I love that it was like twist upon twist upon twist. Like, first man was like, oh, Vecna's, what's his name? Krill.
Yeah.
Then it's like, nah, he's not Krill. He's Krill's son. Like, the son did it. The dad got caught. Went to jail for, bruv. Like,
What they did with the time.
The weaving in and out of all of that, man, bruv. Love all of that. So that for me, like, I want to see what Vecna has in store next. And I love the way that they tied Vecna, the Mind Fleur, the Demigorgons, the Demidogs. Like, everything actually started from this initial moment when 11 did something. Do you get what I'm saying? And I love that it's all her fault.
Villain!
And I love where we're just going with it, you get me? So, mad, fire.
Yeah, man. It is like nuts. And yeah, like, for me, just Jamie Campbell being the one, man did a super legit job. Like, seeing him at the beginning, oh yeah, like, I'm just gonna help, like, not help you, but like, he's just, you know, oh, I'm just this guy,
Sympathetic.
like, doing all this and that, and suddenly man just switches when he goes into the facility. That's crazy. Him being actual, like, Vecna, that demon thing, like, I would not say they are the same guy.
100%.
Which is, for me,
100%.
legit crazy. Like, where does this guy come from? Like, I've not seen him in anything else. Man shows up here and does a madness. You go sick, you go hard. Like, one of the best villains, probably, yeah, in recent TV, to be honest. Super sick. I want to say, well, who else are we jumping on now?
But I think...
Fact, you know what? Lucas, special shout out to this guy this season. Like, apart from season 1, 2 and 3, man's not been there. I think man shines in this one hell of a lot.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
Hell of a lot. His character development is sick.
He's got a lot to do in terms of... I think because Max plays such a heavy role,
I was gonna say
Lucas
that.
has to play a heavy role. And I think it's good because we spend so much time in the other seasons on kind of all the other relationships, and we don't really dive into Lucas and Max. So I feel like it's good. And Max gets a lot of shine, obviously dealing with the grief of her brother, and then obviously her relationship with Lucas and where that goes and how you've got to heal and all of that. And this is another reason why I feel like Max should have went. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like that would have done a lot for Lucas in terms of moving forward. And the loss of her, like her losing Billy, Do you know? She doesn't really have anything. So I'm really interested to see if they just bang her in a coma for the whole of season 5,
Right.
or what happens there. Like,
Right.
She's always a piggyback.
You know, with you saying that, yeah, like with her, with us, like let's say Max was gone, yeah, and the way they plugged in Erica more on this season, like being part of the team and helping the man out, like I felt because they're always like clashing him and his and because we've seen like traits of siblings, especially what's his name? It's not Mike, it's Will and his and Steve.
And
I
Jonathan.
thought like it would be good, like especially the way Erica came in, that now these two kind of like start bonding together, especially like their man ran away from home, do you know what I'm saying, not listening to the parents, stuff like that. So that would have been a good segue as well to like bridge them two together even more for the next season. And to be honest, man needs more Erica screen time as well. Like
yeah, there was definitely less Erica screen time in this season than the season before. Like the season before, she was like legitly with the team. Like here, she only kind of like joins in for the last mission,
Right.
and they kind of sprinkle her in before, which I think is a mistake because Erica's one of the best characters
Fire,
in the
man.
show, easy. Like
Fire.
in last season and even still in this season, shining through. I thought that was tough. Who else? I really thought that Nancy was good in it. I feel like she really like takes on that whole Sarah Connor boss type lady energy, like leader of the gang. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well.
Like, yeah, bruv. And that's one of the things. It's like in so many shows, I feel like it's kind of forced. But here it's not like it makes sense that her in investigative journalism, her passion for that kind of goes deeper and deeper as they're in this supernatural thing. Like her investigation just gets deep. It's like she has to become a gangster to keep handling the levels of investigating that she needs to do. So I think that is sick, and I even think like the way her, Robin, and Steve kind of partner up as a trinity of like it's like a weird friendship, weird love triangle, weird gang. Yeah. But I like how they kind of push the older group into it and like kind of set them off on their own, which was something that we weren't getting in the later seasons in terms of the olders working together. It was like the olders were told what was going on by the youngers, and then they had to work with the youngers. But this season, it's like, you man stay back and them lot go off on their mission while there's other factions dealing with other stuff as well. I like the separation of it and the different missions they've got to go in, even though then it starts getting overwhelming in terms of how many characters, what's going on here. We're getting episodes where we're not seeing a whole team. Like it gets all over the place. But that then ties into why they've got so much runtime. But then that also turns back into why the stakes are important and why people have got to get clapped, bruv. It's very interesting, bruv. It's very interesting because I think Netflix, we're in an uncharted territory in terms of how they're delivering content to us and what you can do, what you're supposed to do. And like they're trying things out, man. So it's interesting.
I want to touch on Eddie.
Go on in.
The way we started off with Eddie, and then when we ended, where he's like the villain of the town, even though he's the hero, like, come on, man. Like, I legitly love Eddie. And because I'm a Dustin, like, Dustin's my guy, like, that just made it, like, this journey with him even better. Like, because the way he starts at the beginning, like, just with his little crew, like, it's like the weird...
He's in his own realm kind of thing. He knows where he belongs.
Outside.
That's it.
And then the way he gets wrapped up into this whole thing being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Nah, man, you man killed it with Israel.
Yeah, I think it's super tough in terms of just setting up social dynamics, like where the team have gone, and it's like Lucas is spinning out of the team and trying to be with the cool kids, whereas like Dustin and them man are like doubling down on nerddom and being outsiders, and that's their connection to Eddie. And Eddie probably have already been through the stuff that man like Dustin and Will have gone through and becoming who he is. And I love that there's one of the lines in it where Dustin's talking to Eddie's uncle at the end, and he's like, yo, even in the end, Eddie was still Eddie. Like, I love that because it's like, bruv, like, Eddie is as an outsider, you know who you are very quickly.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I rate him for like diving in. Do you know what I'm saying? Diving in, being that guy, and even in overcoming what they made his character flaw in terms of him always running away, which I disagree with on a fundamental level, bro. Eddie doesn't run away, bro.
Right.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? Eddie made the right decisions for the scenarios he was in. So in terms of the town being after him and him running, yeah, he's running away, but that was the only thing to do.
Exactly.
I didn't see that as him being a coward. And at the end, I didn't think that the decisions he's made were correct. I didn't think Eddie would have made those decisions, which is mad because, like, obviously the way they set him up in terms of, he's got to run, and I get that, but I just didn't like that. I do think it is good that, do you know what I'm saying? He died in terms of having consequences, but I feel like it would have been better if, like, there was other people going out with Matt. Do you know what I'm saying? So everyone feels it, and it's like, even in the end, when we're like dealing with the death of Eddie, it's like Dustin and the uncle are finished, and everyone else is kind of calm, bruv. And I didn't like that. Didn't sit right with me, fam. Like, it just didn't sit right with me. Like these man are feeling it, and it's not like a whole team lost, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And everyone's around for Max, and like Max is a survivor, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of like everyone feeling it for Eddie, like I feel like there should have been a shared loss, and it just wasn't there, bruv. Mad.
And this is like my gripe of how the season ended. Because like man should have just felt across everyone the way man felt for Eddie at the end. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they dropped the ball on that. Yeah.
True that.
Argyle,
I think he's a good addition to
love that
the
guy.
team is now. Yeah, man.
Love
Like
that guy.
I don't know. Like for me, he's a good balance because he's with the team where I don't really care anyone about. To be honest, I don't really care about Mike, Will, Jonathan, and Argyle. I feel like if he wasn't there, that team would have felt even lesser to me, to be honest. But he doesn't feel like he oversteps it as well with his comedy. Like, he has enough screen time where it's like, okay, I've got enough of you. But at the same time, it's like, you are a good addition to that team. So I would like to see him going forward in the addition of the whole team in general.
Yeah.
See what he's going to say or what he's going to do in general.
It's really interesting because I feel like he's like a Hulk type character. If you get too much of him, I feel like we would get sick of him.
Yeah.
Because they play him so one note. Like, I'm high surfer dude, pizza boy. Like, it's interesting because it's like he's a character that you're happy every time he shows up. You probably want to dive into more, but if you do dive into more, the way they're gonna do it might fall flat. Do you get what I'm saying? So I do like the way they used him in the season. Interested to see how he does like deal with being in the bigger unit because he's very different. Like, do you know what I'm saying? He's more like Jonathan than anyone else, and Jonathan is already not an outsider, but he's already like I would say a fringe character in that unit. So him being another fringe type character is gonna be interesting, especially with where the Nancy Steve relationship seems to be heading.
That's what I was going to say. Like,
which I think's wrong as well.
Man could just replace... If Jonathan dies in the next season, I'm like, well, we've got Argyle. And then Nancy's got Steve.
But then it's not the same.
Bro,
It's not the same.
I know it's not the same.
Nah, Sam, you're moving wild with that.
That's a bit too much,
Bro,
bro.
okay.
You need that duo.
What duo?
Like Jonathan and Argyle.
Bro,
I
I already said it. I already said it.
If you
Like,
take out Jonathan,
Yeah.
all I'm saying is Argyle's got to leave the gang.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not saying Argyle's got to stay. Even I feel
Okay.
like for me, I feel like anyone could get in the next season. Like I don't think anyone should be safe regardless. Like I feel like it should be questionable who could be taken off the board. But I feel like Argyle definitely stepped on Jonathan's like toes if he didn't have a relationship with Nancy or Will in this. Like he only had 2 key scenes. Apart from that, man was just a friend to Argyle that then brought into the gang that they can go from A to B.
Yeah, he literally just stumbled
Yeah.
onto the mission.
Like man could drive, he works in a piece of place. If you take all those out, Argyle will not be essential to this thing because Jonathan was not there.
100%.
I'm like, bro, it's mad. Well, like I said,
it's like the role's been given to him.
Yeah.
It's perfect for what they're portraying the
Yeah.
guy also to
That's
be.
it.
Because then, like within that role, he'll sprinkle a little bit of his magic,
yeah,
and that will work towards the team's benefit.
that's it. Whereas, yeah, so I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, the writing's magical because the way they play stuff so surgically is like you motherfuckers. You know what you're doing. And it works well for sure.
I mean, I don't know. I want to talk about Will as well because, like, I believe Will's the chosen one, innit? Like, I think just since him getting wrapped up in season 1, coming back from the upside down, being in part of that world, and it's mad because if you watch the watch along, patreon.com/thecybernerds, like halfway through the episode, it's not halfway through the episode, but man start stumbling onto like Will's absence, but they're it's like they're focusing on Will, but they're not. And it's like I think they was building to lots of stuff happening with Will in season 5. So for me, I feel like Will's the chosen one. I feel like I was moving mad with Will towards the end, like.
Oh yeah, that did come out of nowhere, innit?
Yeah, like because bruv, he wasn't getting like that. Like they showed lots of shine on Will in the beginning where it was just him and 11. Then he kind of just falls into the background throughout the whole season until the last couple episodes, and that's why I feel like they're definitely building to like Will having a big like being a I don't know what it is.
I think
he's a key for something.
No, 1000%.
Moving forward.
You see how every time Mike was with 11 and they always had him in the background like destroyed. I think that's gonna play a part on his emotions. Now he's gonna like be next season.
The thing is,
if he's got like all these feelings inside and bro, he was crying bare times, man. He's just crying. We're like, yo, why? Like I feel like they did that on purpose. Come next season, he's tapping to the other side.
It would be interesting if Vecna needs a body to inhabit the other side,
and they take Will.
And he picks Will because Will's faced tragedy. He's been plugged into the other side, and the Demigorgon's been born from within him. So for me, he's a top candidate. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think
or even a candidate to just I don't know. Like I don't want to say get powers, but like I feel he's just I don't know. Will's the chosen one. That's what I'm putting down, and hopefully we finally get 11 killed. Like,
yeah,
bro, like I like the character 11, but you do too much.
Yeah,
like take it too far all the time, bro. Like it's just too far. It's too far. Let the powers have an end. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Just with like 11, I don't know, man. Like her learning this whole new healing ability, especially being able to bring someone back from the death. That's a step too far. Like. You've gone from psychic power... Yeah, bruv. It's gone to the steps of, Fast and Furious at this point.
Bro,
which is mad.
I know we was like mad at the end, yeah?
No, it's too much, man.
Can we be surprised? Like
yes.
Bruv, they've been doing so much with her. Like, we're literally on the watching them screaming all these things that they're doing with her. So at the end, when she runs it back, like, I know we were mad, but like, can man be really surprised that they're taking that far over?
One's got to level up as well then. One's got to go way too far as well then.
But they got their favourites. She's the franchise player, bro.
It's mad because we've watched For Love and Thunder, yeah? And even in that, they let Jane die. That I'm like, nah, brother. How could these lot let Max survive? Like, they shouldn't have given 11 that power, bro.
That's insane.
They shouldn't, bruv. There's not, bruv. It
leads to nothing.
For what? For what? Unless that power is the power that they need to beat Vecna, the power of life, or like it don't like. There's not like. Like Sam said, it leads to nothing, bruv. Besides guaranteeing that she's got to be dead.
Yeah. There's no way you're out here. Oh yeah, you feel for someone. That means anyone in her gang can no longer die.
Bruv.
They're on the brink of death. Heart stopped for a minute.
And this is what it takes it away from all the good stuff, the great stuff they do with the writing. You take all that stuff away when you do stuff like this, bro. It's just like you raise the stakes, and then it's like,
take it away,
just take it away, bro. It's like, and then at the end of the season, you're like, well, what exactly are we going to the next season with? Oh, Will just felt something tingling in the back of his neck like he's Spider-Man.
Yeah, bro.
Like, man's supposed to be like, yo, when's next season coming? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, much like you had, man, on episode 7, bro, that's how we need to, like, end the season and look forward to the next season, bro. Like, everybody going ham at it.
Like, I am 50-50, because I'm like, I want to see how it's even going to conclude, to be honest. Like, what's it called? Hawkins has got a cross in the middle, you got everything now dying and stuff. That is like, any kind of stakes they've never done before.
It's like, Hawkins even going to survive.
That's Hawkins got to go. Hawkins is done, bro.
Just a creator now, just
100%. Hawkins, by end of season 5, Hawkins got to be done. Everyone's left in town anyway. Get me? So
smart people anyway.
Yeah, Hawkins has got to be finished, over, like just creator. Boom. Chernobyl. I said it already.
Yeah, you did. But I won't be surprised by the end everybody's leaving there happy.
No, there's no way.
No way. No
way.
Bro, this is what these men have shown me this season, bro.
Nah,
like,
these man,
it's okay, everything's gonna be alright.
These man have reversed Game of Thrones in it, fam. What these men are gonna do? These men are gonna leave it so destroyed that everyone's gonna be devastated, and they're gonna get flamed for it. When Game of Thrones saved everything, and they got flamed for it.
Right.
Like,
it's not winning.
it's 50-50. You got to split half of the energy
I
between the two of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
But for me, there's no winning. Like, one's already said he's already won.
Because he has.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you've like created that vortex where you already see
The
things
gate's
are dying,
open.
yeah. So it's like man's already won. The only thing Levin can do, or the gang can do, is close that stuff up, and that stuff ain't gonna be easy. We already see what happens when someone even tries to get in the middle of that. They get decimated.
I know what's gonna happen. Wow.
Go on.
It took 4 deaths to open it.
Right.
It's
4 lives.
probably gonna take 4 lives to close it.
Close it.
That's the team. It just makes sense, bro. That's it. That's how they're gonna wipe. That's why they can't wipe 2 people off the board now.
Okay.
And then in season 5, wipe 4. There'll be no team left.
Good.
Someone's got to survive it. Yeah, but someone's got to survive it. I hear you.
No, I said as well.
But here, someone's got to survive it.
Yeah.
So
Argyle survive.
He's not part of. For me, he's not part of the team. Like he was,
100%.
bro. Like
Bro,
I keep saying it as well. I feel like Will's got to go. Mike's got to go.
Will and Mike.
Will and Mike. I feel like the original 4. I hate to say it, so original 4's got
Dustin
to go.
as well.
don't do that to me.
But no, I keep saying
Not
Dustin is safe.
bro.
Okay,
Hey,
Lucas
listen,
is safe
hey,
as well then.
hey,
Dustin is safe, Lucas is safe.
Hey,
Lucas.
you do that to me,
Yeah.
bro. I'm done out, bro.
Okay, sorry. So like Will, Mike, Jonathan.
No,
I'm
the
gonna say
initial
Steve.
4 is Mike, Lucas,
Will, and Dustin. Yes, what I'm saying. So Mike and Will have to go.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
That means Lucas and Dustin is safe.
I can live with that.
Okay. I'll say Jonathan has to go.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to say Steve though.
man.
Wait, you can't get Jonathan and Will.
fam.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
brothers.
Steve.
Bro,
Oh, yeah.
Johnny's will get,
Okay,
bro.
then-
Johnny's will
then
get
Jonathan-
suicide, bro.
Then
No.
it's Steve's
No.
got to
Jonathan's gonna go so that Steve and Nancy's relationship can happen.
Okay.
Or
No, that's why I feel like it's not going to happen. Because it feels like she's right with him, but that's mad if they make them come together.
they already started lying to each other.
I know, but that's even super mad.
sticky,
So I don't
man.
know about for this, bro. I don't know.
You
for
know
this
what,
right.
yeah?
But I'll
Alright.
say Steve has to go.
I would say either Steven. Oh shit! Yeah, it's mad.
It
man.
is mad.
It's mad. It's mad.
But
It's
these,
mad. Yeah, you just messed mine up, man.
Bro.
But I like that though. I like
Yeah.
that. I like what you just said, bro.
11 out of
Definitely.
there.
Yeah, definitely.
That means for me, Mike's got to stay.
Okay, makes sense.
Max, that's an easy one. Survivor, so her last act can be I was part of opening the gate.
Mm.
I've got to close the gate.
Right. Plus, she's pretty much like in the
And
vegetable state.
And she's dead already.
Right.
Get me?
Has
Will's
to go.
got to go because he's
already
the
got connection.
he's the chosen one. He's connected to it.
Okay.
Bruv, he's the chosen one, fam.
Yo.
And then it's either
Break
got
my
to be out of Lucas or Erica, fam. I'm sorry. That's the real... Bruv, I'm telling you.
Then it'll be Lucas.
Then Dustin...
Then Lucas gotta go.
Yeah, then it
Yeah,
has to be
then
Lucas.
Dustin-
Lucas gotta go.
Dustin, Erica, Nancy, Robert, them lot are good, bro. Like, we need some adults to survive it. Hopper's probably got to be out of there as well.
He's got superpowers. He ain't got no.
Yeah,
bro.
Matt Hopper's. He's
see-
got a duck.
See, I
He's
think
fine.
in terms of closing a portal, 4 of the kids go.
Right.
Yeah.
But the adults are going to die in other beefs. Do you know?
Oh,
Bro, one of the
okay.
parents have got to go.
Hopper's not dying.
Oh.
So you think Joyce is out there?
No, she already lost. Oh, that's too much from one family, bro.
One of them have got to go.
So put
Oh,
somebody
this
in
is
there.
all mad.
It
These
is mad.
theories just got a man over here.
We've got to do a lot of polls on Patreon.
Definitely,
Yeah, that's
for
true.
sure.
I want to know who's on what team, innit?
At this point, I think Murray can go
Man
as
needs to do
well.
brackets, bruv.
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
The
Yeah,
bracket.
the Stranger Things
Oh,
bracket.
this-
Yeah, who
Sweet
we-
16,
Who do you think's
baby.
going to survive?
Let's go.
That's actually going to be a mad bracket still.
Sheesh.
Legit.
I don't know how we're going to do that.
Oh, do you know what that takes us back to? CMC days, bro. When we used to do the brackets, bro. It used to be a riot in there. Jesus.
Yeah, they were legit. And shout out to them bringing man like, was it Robert Englund? He was the one that actually played Freddy Krueger back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
Yeah. When I looked up, I was like, that's actually stupidly mad. That he's the dad of one. It's even worse that they even
Do you
did
know
that,
what?
but sick writing still.
Yeah, they did sprinkle quite a lot of like
Yeah.
nostalgic like
That's
stuff
it.
from back in the day.
Mm.
Yeah, so yeah,
Freddy Krueger powers
Makes
and all that
sense.
kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
even the way they had the kids all dressed up, like
Oh yeah.
legit.
But yeah, man, I'm just like looking forward to more. Enjoy this season thoroughly. I don't know how they brought it back, but they did. Don't know if they listened to fans, or if they just had theories. This was their thing all along, because they were safe Next was like, yeah, 5 seasons, whatever, blank check. Who knows? But guys, hope you enjoyed the review. Hope you enjoyed the season. Like I said, if you haven't seen it already, you want to see it with us, go to patreon.com/thecyberners. Go chat with the rest of the community over on our Discord. And yeah, like the video, comment down below, share it with all your fellow Stranger Things nerds, fans, all them things there, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
Revenue GS.
J1 further disciples.